Hello, bachcho. Let's see the question. So here it is saying that if z belongs to a complex number, the minimum value of z mod of z plus mod of z minus 5 is. Okay. So here it is given that z is a complex number and we have to find the minimum value of this. Okay. What will be the minimum value of this is attained at? So we have to check with each options, okay, that which option will be correct. We have the value given in our options z value, and we have to check out of these values which will be having the minimum value for this particular thing z minus 5 mod and mod of z. Okay, so let's try to solve this question. So to solve this question, we should know some key concepts which are as follows here. See, so जो key concepts हमें पता होनी चाहिए, सबसे पहले तो हमें complex number के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, right? Then complex number को coordinate system में कैसे denote करते हैं, or you can say complex number in coordinate system. Okay. Then circle and properties पता होनी चाहिए. सर्कल की इक्वेशन क्या होती है वो पता होनी चाहिए with complex number, right? Just like we know that complex number can be written as z is equals to x plus iy. So to represent a complex number in circle, we are writing like this: mod of z equals to 1. So it is simply meaning that there is a circle with radius 1 and center at origin. So this is the circle which is representing mod of z equals to 1. So in this way we can represent our complex number with circles. So let's try to solve this question. In this question it is given that mod of z plus mod of z minus 5. Okay, so this is the thing and we have to find the minimum value. So at what condition this two value should be minimum. Now one thing is very clear that these two items, or you can say these two values, they will be individually a positive value, right? Because it is a modulus, so obviously this will be a positive value. Let's say this is a positive value a and positive value b. So if you want to find the minimum of this, it means minimum of a plus b. So we have to make sure that a is also minimum and b is also minimum. Okay. So with the help of this understanding, we can try to find the minimum of this summation. So this a value is mod of z. Mod of z means there will be one circle which is having center at origin. Okay, the circle whose center will be origin, but we are not sure with the radius, so let's assume it as d1. So there will be a distance or radius, we can say d1 of this circle. Okay, so just assume a circle will be there with this center at origin. Now there will be another value which is b. So b is equals to mod of z minus 5. Okay. Now z minus 5 is representing another circle which is having center at 5 comma 0 and radius we don't know. So we assume it as d2. Now the center point is given 5 0. So this will be here 5 0 and there will be one circle, okay, which is around it with the radius d2. We don't know the d2, but we will assume it some value so that we can minimize our summation. So if this is the circle 5 comma 0 with center 5 comma 0, the one circle, and the another circle is there with center at origin, right? The first one, and this z will be lying on this circle, any of this circle. We don't know the radius of these circles, but we know the center points and we have to find the minimum of this summation. Okay, so with this figure we can make an understanding that if my z will lie on this line, let's say this is a and b, on this line AB, if my z will lie on this line AB, definitely the distance d1, this will be the d1, okay, from A to Z d1, then the other will be d2. Okay, so with this we can make an understanding that this will be the minimum. Let's check for other condition as well. Let's say this is my z. So if this will be z, from origin to this one will be d1, and from here to this point will be d2. Now d1 plus d2 will be always greater than this condition which I have assumed here with the red color here, that this is the collinear point. So obviously this distance summation d1 plus d2 will always be less for this particular condition in our when it is collinear, when the points are collinear. Okay, so with this understanding we can make an conclusion that this z will lie on this line AB, which is 0 0 and 5 comma 0. So obviously it's a x-axis on which from 0 to 5 on x-axis we can take the z, then it will always give the minimum value. Okay, so d1 plus d2 should be minimum, which is minimum only at the points, or you can say the z is collinear with center of circles. Okay, so here we have our center 0 0 and 5 comma 0. So obviously my z should lie between this, and that's why we can take any value z from 0 to 5, any value will be giving me minimum sum. Okay, so let's check the options. Here in our option z is 0, 5, 5 by 2, and for all z in the interval 0 to 5. So definitely we will be having all the options correct, because all the options are satisfying this particular criteria. Hence our A, B, C and D are correct options. Okay, so in this way we can solve these questions. Thank you, bachcho.